Hey guys, welcome to, well, a new way of doing classes online. So hopefully everybody's being safe. Hopefully everyone's enjoying the cabin fever or in a house syndrome, whatever the case is. So anyway, what I'm going to do in this video is it's going to be this week's exercise is to learn other JavaScript libraries. So not last week, but the previous week that we had class, we learned about Angular.js. So I thought this week would be a little bit unique. So this week is about other libraries. Okay, I'm going to show you guys a library that you could use for charting. So for those who like data analytics, is into data science, this is definitely a good library to use. So take things that we've learned from APIs, and what we'll do is we'll hard code the data in this example, in this JavaScript library that we're going to use. But think about ways that you can capture that data from, say, an API and take that data in and use it for charting. You could automate a process by utilizing this library. So what I'm going to do is teach you this week. This week is called Teach Each Other. Okay, what I'm going to do is teach you Chart.js, which is a JavaScript library. But the concept of this week is each one of you in a class will have to learn a new library of your choice, and there's many of them out there. We'll go through a couple here in a second. But the idea is for you guys to learn something that we didn't talk about in class. You can't use AngularJS. You can't use any of the JavaScript libraries that we talked about in class. So I want you, or even React Native, because I know there's a few students in here that have learned that through the mobile programming a little bit. I want you guys to find something that we didn't talk about. And so the idea is find something. I want you to learn it. I want you to make a video like I'm making a video right now. And it can't be a 3-minute video. It has to be at least a 10 to 15-minute video talking about the library, given the benefits of it versus another library, and then actually showing me some code that you wrote. So don't put something together for 2 minutes and say, hey, did this, did that, because you won't get no credit. So the idea is to actually put some time into it. And it should be fun because you're learning something new that you don't know. And that's how I found this. I never heard of it. But then I Googled, this is what I Googled. I Googled top libraries. So let me find something here. So top, make sure my thing is staying in. Top JavaScript libraries. And that was 2019. So 2020, I don't know what it is. All right, so like for example, Ember.js, I don't know what the heck that is. So as you see here, there's a ton of different ones that are out there, and they all have their own view. I'm not sure what that is. React, we said not to use. Angular, we're not going to use. Ember, I'm not sure what that is. So so what you're going to do is you're going to teach me, and each person is going to teach each other. Let's see here, what else they got. Next, I don't know what the heck that is. Svelte, enhanced web apps. Okay. Gridsome, as you see here. Backbone. Now Backbone I've heard of. Gatsby, never heard of that. Maybe I did. Next, geez. Conclusion, and there's some on here I didn't even see that that were popular in 2019. A few years ago it was, okay, so I don't have that one. A few years ago it was Knockout, but I'm not sure where Knockout's at now. So let's do this 2019. The same ones. Let's do this. All right, so 2019 React for sure. Vue is up there again. Angular we're not gonna do. Ember. All right, so it seems like the same ones from before. Anyways, and Express. You can't do Express. We talked about that. So it has to be something different. So that will be your assignment for the week, is to teach me and teach your students, your classmates, a new JavaScript language. How awesome is that? That'll be assignment number 1. So that will be worth 100 points. There'll be a discussion. The discussion will be around this whole new environment that we're all kind of experiencing at the same time, which is us learning how to work remotely, which is a good thing, because I know some of you have to have that face-to-face time, and getting the ability to learn how to do things remotely. So, for example, the company I currently work for, when I had interviewed for the job, did all 3 or 4 interviews that I had were all face-to-face like this over Skype. So yeah, I had a suit on top, but below I had shorts on. And so I did all my interviewing over a computer and got hired over a computer. And then the first time I actually seen somebody from a company is when I flew out Midwest for an onboarding for the day. And then I flew back home that day. And eventually I met my team almost a year later in a different city. So what I'm trying to say is I was able to get a job online and basically work full-time, 100% from home for over a year now. And sometimes, in the past I worked as a software engineer lead, and in those times I worked remotely full-time. And so I had to learn code, I had to write code, I had to work with different people in my department that were in different cities, Louisville, Kentucky, for example, Columbus, Cleveland, Ohio, all these different cities, and you had to work with people and figure out how to do stuff remotely. I think it builds a stronger strength in software development, because you're remote, you're you are on an island by yourself, but it builds character, and I think it says a lot more what you can handle. So this is a good experience, I think, personally. And like I said before, my classes are different online. I try to add video content to everything because I think it's important. To me, I learn better by video content. Nowadays, like when I read a book, maybe I'm lazy. I'd rather listen to someone tell me a story versus sitting there trying to read the book. And I could get more done. I could sit here and code and listen to someone talk. So anyhow, that's my 2 cents. So we'll have discussion and a summary. So summary will be about what did you guys learn, and the summary will be different. So I can't say what you learned from other people yet. So the summary will be based on what you learned from the exercise that you taught yourself. What did you learn from that? What was the important thing to be able to provide something that your teacher didn't teach you and you had to learn on your own? That's the type of experience I'm looking for in a summary. What did you think about it? Did you think it was difficult? Did you find it easy? Did you enjoy being able to tell somebody your story of what you developed? Stuff like that. Okay, so we will get started. If you have questions, well, you can't ask because we're not here. Now, anyways, I do want to mention that, let's see here. I do want to mention that I still have office hours. If I haven't mentioned that, office hours are, it's actually Monday through Thursday, 4 to 6. Monday, I do have a class online that we're running live, but all the other days are 4 to 6 like previously before. We could extend it a little bit longer if needed, but they'll be online here through Zoom, so you can have the video or even just the audio presence if you need it. The other thing is you guys should receive the email in regards to pass-fail. I did send information out on that in the Slack. Basically, all it is is the capability of, let's say, because we're all in this new situation, we're in this new environment, we're learning how to work remotely, and it's not the best benefit, but it is what it is, right? So what they're doing is they're running a pass fail, and what that means is if you pass, it doesn't mean anything. You're fine. So, but when you get your grade, let's say you got a C in geography or C in microbiology, whatever the case is, and you're like, well, I would have had an A if I was in the class, but since we're doing it online, it made it more difficult. I didn't get to ask the professor many questions. He or she didn't get back to me as often as that physical, in-person relationship I typically have. So then with the pass fail, you could decide that, hey, I'm going to choose fail. And what that means is you don't get an F, you get an N, which means no credit, which means it's like you never took the class before, and it doesn't affect your GPA. So if you have a scholarship or whatever, that's how the pass fail works. So you get the opportunity to choose, do I want this grade? It's kind of like playing a game. Do you want to choose this one, this door, or that door? So in this case, do you want to keep the grade? Sure, I'll keep the grade. If you keep the grade, then it plays a role in your GPA. If you don't keep the grade, then it's like you never took the course, but you will have to take it again. Unless it's an elective, then, you're lucky. All right. Getting started, sorry. That's all I can think about. So let me actually go out to a website I need to go to. Yeah, ready. All right, so let's do this. I'll just go here. It's cdnjs.com/libraries. Actually, let's just do this because I don't remember what it is. All right, so there's a bunch of libraries out here. I'm going to do Chart.js. So Chart.js is an open, JavaScript that's open source. It is a way to do charting. So it's based off of data that you provide, which is pretty cool. We'll hard code something today, so not a big deal. But nonetheless, you could use this for your API. You could use it for a ton of different things. So if you're trying to create some they do have some samples here. This is where I learned. I actually learned through documentation. I went out here, went to usage, and grabbed some stuff out of here. So when you go to installation, when you install, you could use npm. If you set up Node.js, you could do that. You could use Bower, but for this information, I'm just going to use this. Don't feel like going through the whole exercise, so I'm just going to do that. I need to grab the min, which is the library, so I'm just going to get copy, and then we'll go over here and create a new file, and I'll just call it index.html, and then I'll just add that to the source when I get there. So let's see here, I'll do doc type, and then it's weird, I thought I heard something. HTML and language equals English. Heading, title, we'll say charting. We're gonna grab some stuff here to create this in a second here. Heading, there's a cool website I use, I'll have to find it. So we'll make it sports related, I guess. Let's see here. All right, so let me end my body at some point. Now I'll put code in between there. Then, there we go. Perfect. All right. So in our body here, we're gonna have our script, and its source equals. See if this works. It did. So I'll close it. Just end the script. Perfect. So that way you can see what I'm doing here. All right, so we're gonna have a canvas, and we'll give it an ID. I'll call it, what can we call it? Sports sport chart. So it'll be about sports, I guess. All right, we'll do width equals, I don't know, 400. We'll change it if needed. And then our height, same thing, 400. Keep it the same. I can't type. I've not been able to type it all tonight. All right, so then we'll close our canvas. Ugh. All right, so that worked out really good. All right, let's do this. Perfect. All right, so we close our canvas, and let's see here. We need to do another script. So let's do script, and let's do a script here. So this script right here will be the script that will be, I just told my daughter an interesting story about Sophia Bush. I thought she would know, but she don't. All right, so now this, let me put it here. This, I'm gonna put it up here. So, script is about the graphs. So this is about the graphs right here. Perfect. You know what? While I'm thinking about it, it's I don't know if it's still available or not, but geez, there used to be called, and I think they discontinued the language, Adobe charting. Oh no, it was Java FX. No, hold on. Jeez. What was it? Adobe Flex, maybe? Flex charting. Oh, they used to have some awesome charts you could build. And Flex, was it Flex? Ah, jeez. I can't remember. There used to be this tool that just blew everything out of the water, but now I don't remember the name of it. It was a language that went away, but it was a good while it lasted. Anyways, all right, so let's see here. We have our script now. We're going to do a variable ctx equals document get element. And I should say this soon, ID. So we're going to put the name of our chart here, which is called sport chart. Should call it sports chart, plural. Let's do this real quick. All right, save it. All right, I just wanted to see that populate a little bit. All right, cool. So now we'll do var, and we'll say my chart, or let's say sports chart equals new chart, and then we'll do ctx, comma, and then we'll do this in parentheses. So what we're doing here is kind of building out our chart. Now, when we went back to this, where's it at here? The different charts that they have available. Where's it at? Too many charts. I don't know if it was on this page or not. Let's go back for a second. That doesn't bother me that much until now. All right, go back. Oh, come on. All right, so let's just do this. All right. So I thought there was a page to show me all the charts. Okay. A chart types. All right, it just pulls that up. There was a place I seen all the charts. Maybe it was under samples. All right, yeah, here it is. So they have all these different charts that you could do. You could do multi-axis, you could do linear, you could do time scale, so maybe point data. You could get all crazy with this stuff. You could remove data, you could add data, randomize it. You could do all kind of crazy stuff with this, which is pretty awesome. So like I said, if you're a data science geek, you'll really like this. HTML tooltips. So you can do tooltips on there where it has data come up above it, which is awesome. So anyways, there's so much out there that you can do with this. So I can find so many things I thought about that this could be very helpful. So here we'll type in what type of chart it's going to be. We're going to do a bar chart, only because that's the only thing I can understand, or makes some sense. So this will be where we put our data points at right here. So in this case, this is where we could, push our API stuff information to. So we'll say labels, and then we'll pass in the different colors that we want. So maybe, let's see here, red, RGB maybe, blue, let's see what else, yellow, oh jeez, I can't type word crap, green, purple, and maybe orange. Perfect. So now we choose some colors. So this will just symbolize our different colors features. And now we did the labels. Now we're going to add the data sets. You can also use MySQL. You can grab data. You can use an API and grab data. This, unfortunately, is just going to be just simple data. Label data sets. All right, so now we need to represent the data sets. We said these are labels, which are just the colors. Now the actual data sets has to have a label saying what's this represent. So this label right here could be a label, and we could put let's see, what can we say? NBA assists, pretty popular. So we use assists, and we'll do data, and we'll do some assists. So let's do this right here. ESPN.com. Let's go to the NBA and grab some raw data. 2019-20 season. All right, here's assists. Let's grab how many assists that LeBron had all year. Should have a sum here somewhere, I think. Oh, jeez. Scared the heck out of me. All right. The heck is that? Okay, that's interesting. Where in the heck is this set? All right, so I have, oops. It has the average, but I'm not looking for the average. I'm looking for the total. And I thought by drilling down it would. Oh my God. Provide me the assist, but I don't see all. You know what? I swear to God. Let's do this. NBA statistics. Has to be something better. Maybe NBA has something better because I didn't like that. Oh, there we go. Well, they're just giving the average still. All right. That is crazy. My God, you would think that they have NBA data sets. All right, well, this got really challenging. Let's do this real quick. NFL database. There's an NFL database, football database. Let's see if they have stats. Yeah, whatever. All right, maybe we'll do this instead. Passing. Let's go down to 2014. Yeah, maybe submit. And we will do, we should be able, yeah, there we go. We'll do yards in 2014. Can we go further down? Oh, if we could go further down, that would be so awesome. All right, we're gonna go down to the year that I was born, 1976. Awesome year. All right, we're gonna do passing yards that year. Look at the numbers, how small they were back then. Burt Jones, never even heard of Burt Jones. So we use 3104 for our data. So we're gonna do NFL. Let's put 1976 NFL passing yards. You can see how much different they are from today. So, what was that number? Why is my tab not working? All right, let's see here. So we had 3,104. So 3,104. So we want to have as many values as colors that we have. So let me think about this. So if we do them by color, so we have Baltimore, they're purple. But what else color are they? Yellow. So let's call them, let's put yellow here. And red here. Okay. Next one will be Fran Tarkenton. So we know that's purple, so we're going to move purple over here. I'll just do blue. Perfect. And his was, what was his chart? 2961. Geez. See how low that is compared to today? Times are different. Jim Hart St. Louis. So they were red, so we could go with that. To a degree, it was the Cardinals, white and red. So he was at 2946. All right. Then Ken Stabler 2737. So that would be blue. So we'll change that around. These colors won't work for everybody, but we'll let them work for these guys. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Who else we got here? Roger Staubach. Oh, that was Oakland. He's silver. Oh well, he's gonna be green now. So Roger's gonna be green. That's fine. He's at 2715. Then we have Casey, Mike Livingston. Wow, I don't know any of these people. 2682. Perfect. All right. So that's our data right there. That's our passing yards. So let me do a comma here. And I'll do background color. Oops. And we'll do the RGBA. So I'll do RGBA. And I'll do, here's stink bud. 255. Oops. 99. So these will be different colors. It'll fluctuate. 132 and then 0.2. I'm actually going to copy and paste this because this is a lot to type out here. Let me see if I can copy and paste this one. It's actually not too bad. I could copy and make this easy. So let's do this right here. Copy it. So we need to have as many as we have here. We have 6, so we need 6 of these. So let's do. So, you know what, since I mixed them up, that might be a problem. So, let's see here. The first one was yellow. So yellow is actually not that one. So let me figure if I can figure it out. So, and I have them written down here. Which one's which? My brain doesn't work that well. So we have to specify, even though we said we're using purple, we're using all these different colors, we have to specify what colors they are. Just trust me, I do not remember RGB colors at all. All right, so the first one we chose was yellow. So we want to make it yellow. So it's 255, it's 206. It is 86, and then it is 0.2, perfect. All right, so that is yellow, perfect. So the next one that we have is purple. Purple is 153, 102. So 153, 102, perfect. If we left them all like this, it'd be awful. It'd be 255, perfect. All right, so the next one that we have up here is red. So red is 255, 99, 13202, so that one's good. Next one that we have is blue. Blue is 54, 162, 235, perfect. Next one that we have is green. Make sure this is recording. It is recording. Did that before. Green, green, green. Where are we at? Okay, 75, 192, 119, 182, 182. There we go. And the last one we have is orange, and that happens to be 250, 159, 64. Perfect. All right, so that does that right there. Wow, that was tough. All right, so we don't have to do a comma down here because that's the last one. All right, so that's our background colors. All right, so now we have to do a comma here because we need to put something else in here. So we need to do border color. So we need to have border colors. Second there. And so that is going to be exactly the same thing. So that makes life really challenging, huh? Almost the same thing. But for the most part it is. So let's copy this. And where we have border colors, let's paste it in here. But these will all be ones. Okay. There we go. There we go. There we go. Awesome. There we go. So now we'll do border width. We'll do 1 right there. And then we'll come down here to a comma. Or hold on, did I do it wrong? Yeah, comma. And then we'll type in options. This is where it gets crazy. So we have to type in all this craziness. Scales. Y-axis. Y-axis, whatever. Oops. We need to do a bracket. Ticks. Perfect. We need to begin at 0. So we need to tell it where to start, which is true. So let's do this. All right, so then we end it there. We have another one here, another one here, another one here. That ends right there. We have our script, we have our body, and we have our HTML, which needs to be indented over. Question is, did it all work? I've had nothing but bad luck on code working tonight, so we'll see. Let's save it. So let's see if we can find it. Oops. All right. All right, check this out. It worked. But man, it is super large though. So 1976 passing yards. You hover over it. I don't like this. Hold on. Let's see if we can make it smaller because I can't see it. All right. So it's too large for me, so we need to dumb it down a little bit. So let's do this. Let's say div, so division or divider class equals, oops, oh my god, holder, and we'll call it, let's close our tag out here, right? And then we're going to grab our canvas. So we're going to say our canvas ID equals, and what did we call it? We called it sports chart. There we go. And then we're going to close the canvas. What this does right here, this little code right here, allows us to slow it, make it smaller. It should, if it works. So let's copy that. There we go. It's a little bit better. I'm sure it could be smaller. But as you see here, sorry. I got something in mind. Anyways, as you see here, it represents, yellow represents passing yards. So this is where I would change it up a little bit. So what I didn't like about that is Burt Jones. So let's go down here and change this up. We did yellow because it represents a color. So let's say Burt Jones. Who is the next guy? So next guy is purple, so that's Fran. I'm not sure if he'll fit on here. Why do you have such a big name? Then we have Jim Hart. And then we have Ken Stabler. And then we have Roger Staubach. And then we have Mike, I want to say Singletary, Mike Livingston, Staubach, yeah. And that's Mike Livingston. All right, cool. So save that code right there. Perfect. Charting, oh, that's not it. Refresh it. Much better. Look at that. Fran, Jim Hart, Ken Stabler, Roger Staubach, and Mike Livingston. So those are the yards. And we did that all by, and then at the bottom it has their names on it, which is awesome. Now, which is interesting when you do a comparison to today, like say 2019, you'll notice how those numbers are much higher. Look at that. Like the highest number back then was, in that year, was 3,104 yards. Nowadays, if that quarterback was quarterbacking, he would be in the bottom tier down here. So the yardage has really gone up. And this is a good data science project. Even go to 2014, like people are getting almost 3,500 yards. So people started passing more in these days and ages, and we've seen people get up to 5,000 yards. It's just a passing league versus back then it was a rushing league. Anyways, class is not about sports. This is about doing some new thing. So I taught you guys how to do Chart.js, at least how to do it from scratch. Now I'm waiting for you guys to teach me something. So this is a teaching week. I'm looking forward to learning something new from each person this week, and then this will continue on to next week. You'll see to the following week. There'll be a little bit of a twist. So when you do teach us how to write the code, because there's a twist to it all. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Good luck this week. Please stay safe. If you have any questions, problems, whatever, please reach out to me. You know how to get in touch with me. Thanks for watching. Have a great night.